today I'm going to be filming my February wrap-up. I know it's a few days late, I just have not had any time for myself, so I thought I'd film it right now before I had to head out in a few hours. As I mentioned, I have just been so busy in the month of February. Towards the beginning it was fine, but then the middle and then the end was just, oh my gosh, and now I have a lot of work right now to be doing. And so I thought, you know, just kind of breathe and do a video. I was only able to get around to reading 3 books, but I am pretty pleased with myself considering the amount of work that I've been up to. So the first book that I have to share with you is actually a graphic novel. It's the first graphic novel that I have ever read, and that is Persepolis, The Story of a Childhood by Marjane Satarpi. This was $13.95 paperback, and it's about this thick. Now, this is a graphic novel, but it's also a memoir. It's about the childhood of this author, Marjane Satarpi. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I was baffled by the fact that I really enjoyed this book. I think I gave it a 4 or a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I typically do not like books that have historical references, which this is like a not history book, historical nonfiction, because this is a memoir. But what surprised me even more was the fact that it's from another country. And I am not someone who can retain any information when it comes to history. It's embarrassing how bad I am with it, and I'm also horrible at politics. Don't get me into that. I don't know how to understand it or comprehend it, but I was able to understand what was going on throughout this book. Sure, there were parts where I was like, what is this? What happened? But the author's writing was just phenomenal. The illustrations paired with what the story was about, I mean, I don't know if you can actually tell, but they're so simple. There's no like cross sketching, or I don't know what that word is, but it's so simple. I was going to say simplistic. It's so simple, but this story is just really interesting, and I was able to read this in 2 days, given I had to take a break in between. But if I really dedicated myself to it, I could have finished it in 1 day. It was amazing, and it's really short. I'd highly recommend it to people who... I don't know if this was the greatest graphic novel to start with, because I've never read any other ones, but I really enjoyed this. So the book that I picked up after Persepolis was Nash by Jay Crownover, and this is the 4th book in the Marked Men series. It's $13.99 paperback and is about that thick. And yes, it's a complete contrast to Persepolis, definitely not in that same genre. This is a new adult book. And I enjoyed this one more than I did the first 2. I finished this book on the 7th, so it was a little while ago, but I remember really enjoying Nash's character, and I wasn't as in love with Saint, which is the girl. But I did get Rowdy by Jay Crownover, which is the 5th book in the series, because the end of that book tied too much into the next one, and I had to pick it up, so I did. Then the last book that I was able to complete in the month of February was Echoes of Scotland Street by Samantha Young. This book is $15 paperback and is about that thick. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I have given a 5 out of 5 stars to all the other books in this series, which if you guys have been following me for the past few months, you'll know that the On Dublin Street series is one of my favorite series ever. And I was really looking forward to Cole's story, but I didn't love the girl, which is the same problem that I had with Nash, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but I still really liked it. I mean, I still loved it, but not as much. I still love Cole's character, he's my favorite, but I don't know. I finished this one on the 10th of February, so that was kind of a while ago too. New adult books, I don't think all new adult books are meant to be remembered, which sounds like a horrible thing, but I didn't have the greatest reading month, but I did enjoy the books that I read. So, good month. So real quick, I thought I'd share with you guys the book I've been reading since I finished Echoes of Scotland Street on the 10th of February. And that is Boomerang by Noelle August, and this was $13.99 paperback and is about that thick. I am 78 pages in out of, what, 328. I am really struggling with this book. It is not really that interesting to me as I thought it would be, and then the characters aren't really resonating. So this book really isn't doing that well for me. I'm not forcing myself to read it, that's the thing. I'm just trying to finish it. I just don't have any time to, so that's why I'm this many pages in, but I'm also not motivated to read it, you know? So if any of you have ever read this, let me know what you thought. If not, I will tell you in my next wrap-up if I end up finishing it. But that's it for my wrap-up, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!